Hey Aditi, welcome to Just Like That.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. I'm so excited to have this conversation with you. Looking forward to it.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, we've been really talking about this for a bit now, and while we were thinking of having this conversation, we were of course wondering कि क्या बोलना चाहिए, क्या नहीं बोलना चाहिए, क्योंकि लोग क्या कहेंगे,
Right. So yes,
right? And that really shapes a lot of us, right? इतने लोग अपनी जिंदगी बिता देते हैं यही सोचने में कि लोग क्या कहेंगे.
so इसका एक बहुत ही personal example है. There is a personal example to this. It goes back in 2007 and probably even before that. I have done my graduation in engineering, electrical electronics, and there was a lot of stress that I went through, a lot of tension that I went through in my 12th standard. And I was wondering after my engineering that what was the tension all about? Why was I so stressed? And slowly and gradually, I realized that I always wanted to become an engineer. I never wanted to study engineering. So, agar koi rasta hota that I could, skip those 4 years of my graduation and just get that degree, I would have been very happy. So, why I wanted to become an engineer? There was just one reason. I wasn't interested into it, but since my childhood, I had seen in the society that either you become a doctor or an engineer, otherwise, you do not have the license to kind of live in the society properly. So the society would look down upon you if you are not an engineer or a doctor. So I had this stress that either I'll have to become an engineer or the other option is doctor. So just to fulfill the societal expectation, I had to become an engineer, and that somehow got intertwined with my self-esteem. Now self-esteem should be independent, it shouldn't be dependent or linked with something, but unfortunately it got linked with the engineering thing. And जैसा सर आपने कहा कि लोग क्या कहेंगे, so yeah, it was with that rogue that I was living, and I lived for all those 4 years कि लोग क्या कहेंगे. And after that I entered into my masters into international business management. I somehow started liking it. I was just liking it and I just started studying it. So, and I secured a gold medal. And then I got all that appreciation and I thought, यार कुछ तो तीर मारा है. I mean, ये तो बहुत ज़्यादा appreciation मिल रहा है and कुछ तो किया है.
Right.
Then again,
Right.
I got a pre-placement offer where I did my internship in that company. And then later on, I did my diploma in human resource, where again I secured a gold medal. So again, there was appreciation. So I was feeling so elated and I felt, ye kya ho raha hai? I mean, so much of appreciation and what is this happening? And then slowly and gradually I realized that I shouldn't be affected by this appreciation. Neither, agar fail ho jati hai, to criticism milta shayad. So even I shouldn't be affected by those things and I should be my genuine self. So I should be happy, okay, appreciation is there, be thankful to them, be happy about it and leave it there and then go ahead. So do not carry those baggages with you. Be your genuine self always, every time. So that's what I
Correct.
learned.
Sure. But Aditi, very interesting points that you made, right? When you said societal pressure, either to become just a doctor or an engineer, how did that happen? Where did that pressure come on you from? Was it through family, parents, relatives, neighbors? कहाँ से वो pressure आया आपको? How did you experience that pressure? Because now, in retrospect, you can obviously say that, okay, it happened in that manner. And
Yeah.
you're a lot more wiser now. But when you were going through it, it must have been really difficult.
It was, I mean, this is actually the core that you've hit right now. The pressure came from my family atmosphere. So I have all the doctors and engineers in my family. And when you look around, you see that, this is what you're supposed to become. I mean, you see none apart from a doctor or an engineer, and that becomes the world for you. And when you you grow and you see that, and that actually gets built up within you, that, okay, this is my future, this is my career. I mean, my brain was kind of, got programmed automatically that I couldn't even think of any other life. So only these two, जैसे वो घोड़े की आंख होती है ना, वो सीधा ही देखता है. It was something.
Blinders. Correct, correct.
Exactly.
So Aditi never had a choice to even think, let alone express of what she wanted to do.
Yeah, that's true.
My God. Okay. And then you went on to do your MBA, and of course, you got a lot of gold medals, a lot of appreciation.
Yeah.
मगर उससे ज़्यादा खुशी नहीं हुई? Didn't you feel on top of the world?
I did feel. So cherishing that moment was amazing. Living that moment was amazing. But then I need to understand I shouldn't carry that thing for the rest of my life. Like abhi, I shouldn't, get my 10th standard ka report card and flaunt ki 10th mein 90% aaye the, 90% aaye the. So I need to cherish that moment, live that moment to the fullest, and then leave it and enter the other moment of life. So that's what I learned.
Fantastic, fantastic. And what is this whole concept of about what you call the workstation, where you do work? You have something very interesting on that. Tell me a little bit more about it.
So the workstation is whatever unhappiness or unpleasant thing you have in your life. So we have seen people, they blame other people or they blame the situation, the circumstances, and many other things apart from themselves. Even you are not supposed to be blamed, but you're supposed to go within and see exactly what is wrong, because whatever you're feeling, it's within. And if something is wrong, it has to be inside, within you. It cannot be outside. For example, I feel that this person is blaming me, and there are 100 such people. So that doesn't mean that I have 100 problems outside me. It is one thing within me, which is the perception. If someone is slightly talking with me in a heavy tone, I feel he or she is blaming me. That's my perception. So if I use that perception and I use those glasses to see all those 100 people, I see 100 problems in the outside world. But it's not so. The moment I change my perspective, then all those 100 people are friends. So what I have realized so far, I mean, all through this life of mine, that you need to go within. I mean, there's nothing outside that you need to sort out and solve. What जो भी बिगड़ा हुआ है, things अगर out of place हो जाते हैं तो वो अंदर ही होते हैं, अंदर ही उसको ठीक करना होता है, and then automatically things outside they get they fall in place. So that is
Correct.
so I
But
call
Aditi, देखो अगर yeah, but Aditi, देखो अगर बाहर जाना होता है, if you to go outside, right? You pretty much either know where you have to go, or if you don't know, you can put on the maps and GPS takes you where you have to go. But if you have to go within, how does that work?
So I am slightly tilted towards the spirituality part. So I was into meditation and reading books and attending few sessions on spirituality. So a combination of these things maybe helped me go within, and within me is being it's a kind of self-awareness which I feel. It's being aware of yourself. It's being aware of your feelings and emotions and your thoughts which are coming. So constantly being in touch with them. So that's how I feel going within is, I mean, that's how we can go with it.
Superb, superb. Aditi, is it possible if you can just give us one example from your life where you thought कि जवाब तो मेरे पास है और जवाब तो मेरे अंदर है, and you went inside to find the answers to some of the problems that you were facing, and how did you overcome it?
So I used to feel very bad when people, as a child also, when I was not appreciated. So I used to feel कि अरे मुझे अच्छा नहीं बोला इन्होंने. So majority of the times जब आप अच्छा अच्छा सब सुनते हो कि अच्छी स्टूडेंट है, अच्छा ये है, जब कोई नहीं बोलता है तो थोड़ा अलग लगता है कि what is it. Then when I grew up, I came to college and I found that not everyone is appreciating, not everyone is saying कि अच्छी है, अच्छी नहीं, whatever. So then I went inside, I went within, and I saw that this is my desire for appreciation which is bothering me. It is not people outside. Then I became aware, okay, this is the desire, and appreciation when comes, that's okay. You enjoy it, say thank you, and you go ahead. But this desire is very dangerous, and this shouldn't be there. So then I became aware of it, and I just was aware of it, and slowly and steadily it just passed away.
Fantastic. So what you're really saying is you got in touch with yourself and you realized that Aditi has a high need for appreciation. Or जब वो नहीं आता था, it would really bother her. But the day she realized that she has this need, did the need go away or did it just not bother you anymore?
It did not bother me anymore. I would say that. because maybe need is still there. As a human being, we all have this need for appreciation, maybe. But then it was no more bothering me, and if someone appreciates or someone doesn't, it did not really, bother me much कि मैं disturb हो जाऊँ या फिर 2-3 दिन मैं सोचती रह जाऊँ कि मुझे appreciation क्यों नहीं मिला. So that used to happen earlier, but then that stopped happening.
But वो need का हुआ क्या? क्योंकि वो need तो अभी भी है ना?
I would say that was desire. I feel there is a difference between desire and need. So desire is something जो आपके लिए harmful होता है. Need is something which is human. So for human beings it is natural. Like you have need for for food, for water. Similarly, it is appreciation, and but you do not actually crave for it. अगर need है तो कभी ना कभी मिल जाती है. That's fine. तो वो meet हो जाती है. It doesn't bother you. Desire was something कि एक greed जिसे कहता है. I would not even say desire, but greed for appreciation. Probably that greed I was aware of, and then it went off. So I would say that.
Fantastic. Aditi, thank you so much. You actually told us the difference between a need, a desire, and the greed, and the manner in which it manifested in your life. I really enjoyed this conversation, Aditi. Thank you so much for joining us on Just Like That.
Thank you, sir. It was wonderful having this conversation with you. Thank you so much for having me.